This parental advisory warning/disclaimer must be heard before this story begins. The Adventures of Guardian Goddess Angela is meant to be viewed by mature audiences only. Parental discretion is advised and very highly recommended. In addition, all characters appearing in this work are fictitious. Any resemblance to real persons, living or dead, is purely coincidental. Also, there may be some imperfections in all the artwork displayed, as they were all generated by artificial intelligence. On that note, we proudly bring you The Adventures of Guardian Goddess Angela, created by Trooper True McRae, and brought to you exclusively by the MJPL Brotherhood. A long time ago in the Gaia universe, a race of divine women existed. Their mission was to spread peace and love to any realm that needed it. They were known as guardian goddesses. And how would they spread peace and love to a single region? Well, the abilities and powers of a guardian goddess are quite unique. Among their many abilities, flying, running at lightning fast speed, emitting energy beams and controlling their width and strength, and positive mind manipulation. Normally when such abilities are discussed, one would think these are traits of a modern-day superhero, or a supervillain when you hear about mind manipulation, but when such abilities are used by a guardian goddess, her intentions are absolutely pure and innocent. In the year 2025, the Gaia universe was invaded, and subsequently destroyed, by a greedy/evil warlord named Aldrumton. Very shortly afterward, he would set his sights on Earth. To be exact, his goal was to enslave all citizens of Earth, and manipulate them into worshipping him as a god. Those who refused would be severely punished. This plan would be ultimately thwarted by Guardian Goddess Angela, the sole survivor of the Gaia universe. But she would not succeed alone. She had help from several other women, including her daughter Angelique and other successful women in the political arena. Aldrumton was brought to justice and subsequently sent to the Dark Region. His former minions were converted and subsequently hired as guardian soldiers for peace. Fast forward to the year 2029, Guardian Goddess Angela, known to all as Angela Marie Michelson, is sworn in as the first ever female president of the United States, with her husband Jack as first gentleman, and Michelle Obama as vice president. Just 1 month after the new presidential team is sworn in, the following rumor has been circulated: Russian President Ivan Pavlenko is looking for some way to overthrow newly elected President Michelson, simply because she is a woman, and she has a much more peaceful outlook on all worldly issues.
It looks like Donald Trump isn't the only one with a revenge tour.
I don't get it. Pavlenko is the president of Russia, so why is he going after me?
Ivan Pavlenko was the BFF of your predecessor, Donald Trump. Another reason would be because Pavlenko wants constant war and conflict, which goes against everything you stand for.
You mean, what we all stand for? I will first attempt a respectful negotiation with Mr. Pavlenko.
And if that doesn't work,
then I will wait until nightfall and turn his own schemes against him.
Angela, I wish you the best of luck.
I think, instead of a handshake, you should give me a hug.
Yes, boss.
While President Michelson and Vice President Obama were discussing their strategy to counter Pavlenko's quest for constant war and conflict, Pavlenko himself was visited by an evil force that was thought to be destroyed forever, an evil force said to have come from a galaxy far, far away.
Ivan Pavlenko, you look as if you didn't get enough sleep last night.
Indeed, a very horrible nightmare kept me awake.
And to what sort of nightmare are you referring?
My beloved homeland Russia was invaded by an army of angels.
Angels? Invading Russia? You must be referring to that woman who calls herself President of the United States. The one who poses a threat to your plans.
Yes. Her name is Angela Marie Michelson.
I think you would do well to keep this in mind. No woman is fit to be in a position of power. All women are inferior. They believe in bringing peace. They believe in seeking justice for all. This cannot be allowed. If you wish to remain in power, you cannot allow this woman to remain in power. All women are weak, inferior, unfit to be in any position of power. Look at Kamala Harris. She made her own attempt as vice president, then tried to take the top office for herself when the geriatric Joe Biden stepped down. And where did it get her? She was stopped by your closest ally, Donald Trump.
Yes, but then he was stopped by America's current president, Angela Marie Michelson.
This woman cannot be allowed to continue her reign of peace and love. She must be stopped immediately.
And just how, Lord Palpatine, do you propose defeating her?
I shall infuse you with the same powers that all Sith Lords possessed before you. You shall be assisted by an army that operates with extreme contempt for all that is good and decent. Your army shall be known as the Ultimate Order. Go now, Darth Pavlenko, and become what your predecessor Kylo Ren could not.
Very shortly after that discussion, word spread quickly to the White House. Russian President Ivan Pavlenko was known from that point on as Sith Lord Darth Pavlenko. Accompanied by his newly appointed personal army known as the Ultimate Order, Darth Pavlenko declared war on President Michelson. Little did Pavlenko know that President Michelson was also a guardian goddess with some divine power of her own.
Angela, I hope you know what you've set yourself up for.
I believe the question should be, does Pavlenko know what he's in for by going after me?
You seem to be quite confident about this whole situation.
My darling Jack, have you forgotten what type of woman you married? As the guardian goddess, there cannot be a hint of doubt or despair within me. When all is said and done, Darth Pavlenko will not succeed in his plans. Or should I say, the plans put in place by Sith Overlord Palpatine?
That's one thing I totally don't get. The last I heard about Palpatine was him being totally destroyed by Jedi Mistress Rey Skywalker.
That's what I thought as well. But there's no time to think about how it became possible. What I do know is that Pavlenko must be stopped from destroying all that is good and decent in this world.
I understand. Is there any way I can help?
I understand and appreciate your desire to help. But the only thing you can do is wait for your daughter and myself to return home, because we will.
I understand. Please don't be gone long, as I don't know what I will do without you.
Darling, do not despair. You will see us again, and we will continue to have a happy life together.
Angela, I love you so much.
I love you too. Now go home, and be safe.
Just 1 hour after talking to her husband Jack, guardian goddess Angela and her divine entourage came face to face with Darth Pavlenko and the Ultimate Order. Despite the heavy firepower from Pavlenko and his army, the guardian goddesses deflected every attack with the only force that would totally disable them once and for all, the divine light of goodness and love. As leader of the Ultimate Order, Pavlenko was not fully affected. His weapons were disabled, but his anger just escalated to the point of him blindly charging toward Angela. But just as he was exactly 12 inches away, guardian goddess Angela stopped him with a huge burst of light that caused him to fall to the ground, unconscious, but still breathing. As punishment for his attempts to cause endless war and conflict, guardian goddess Angela banished now powerless Ivan Pavlenko to the dark region, where he would come face to face with fellow enemy Al Drumton.
Where the hell am I? And who the hell are you?
Speak English, you pussy-whipped bitch.
Pussy-whipped? I could say the same about you.
Wait a minute. Did you just lose to that white witch Angela?
Yes, I did. How did you know?
That's the same bitch who sent me to this wasteland.
Then our only hope lies in Sith Overlord Palpatine defeating that loathsome she-devil of a witch. Then maybe he can bust us out of here so we can get revenge on all our enemies.
And if he fails?
Then not even he can bust us out of here. Damn it all.
So, you honestly think you can spread peace and love to all realms?
Guardian goddesses don't think. I will bless the universe with absolute peace and love.
And put an end to all wars and conflicts? You're more delusional than all the Jedi that I have faced.
If the Jedi defeated you numerous times, what makes you think I won't succeed?
Something that is lacking in your feeble army, the ultimate order.
Well, allow me the opportunity of disappointing you, as that will never happen.
You pathetic do-gooder bitch. You and everyone you love will submit to me, as I am all the Sith.
We will see about that. May the light of all goodness blind many evil eyes. Dark region is where you go, and evil magic dies.
Unfortunately, the conflict did not die with the disappearance of Ivan Pavlenko, for somewhere in Afghanistan, the extremist group known as the Taliban are still operating according to their own agenda, which restricts women from doing pretty much anything on their own. Needless to say, President Michelson is not happy about this. Her plans to do something about it will be discussed in a public forum.
My fellow citizens, fondest greetings. Today, I come to you with a heavy heart, because the Taliban are still running rampant in Afghanistan. They are suppressing all basic human rights, and they are being unjustly strict toward all women. As President of the United States, and more accurately as a woman, I will not stand for this. The Taliban claim that they are not terrorists, but by denying all women the rights that they deserve, they are active participants in making things worse. So this is my plan. I will personally go to Afghanistan and talk their leader, Mr. John Walker Lind, into making some adjustments to their rules. If that doesn't work, then I will find some way to liberate the people of Afghanistan. Either way, Mr. John Walker Lind will comply with my proposal.
Dear, how exactly will you convince that evil son of a bitch to comply with your proposal?
My darling, you should know the answer to that by now.
Of course. Convert to Guardian Goddess mode and banish him to the dark region if he won't budge.
Exactly. Of course, I would prefer to imprison him right away. But because of my position as President of the United States, I must first try to verbally reason with him. Then when he doesn't give in, I will work my divine magic.
Okay, but please, be careful.
My darling Jack, you have nothing to worry about. I will return home safely. I love you.
Just 1 hour after talking to her husband Jack, Guardian Goddess Angela and her divine entourage came face to face with John Walker Lind and the rest of the Taliban. Despite the heavy firepower from Walker Lind and his army, the Guardian Goddesses deflected every attack with the divine light of goodness and love, the same force as that which defeated Pavlenko in the Ultimate Order. Unfortunately, Walker Lind was not fully affected. His weapons were disabled, but his anger just escalated to the point of him blindly charging toward Angela. But just as he was exactly 12 inches away, Guardian Goddess Angela stopped him with a huge burst of light that caused him to fall to the ground, unconscious, but still breathing.
I don't get it. How does a white witch obtain such a powerful position in America?
Listen well, boy, as this guardian goddess will teach you an ultimate lesson in respect and compassion.
Don't call me a boy. And don't call me by that inferior slave name either. I am Abu Suleiman al-Irlandi, and you will respect that name. Do you understand me, witch?
That's another thing. I am not a witch. I am a guardian goddess.
I don't give a fuck what you call yourself. You are a woman, and all women are inferior to us Taliban soldiers.
Well, allow me the opportunity of dismissing your claim, as women are the most dominant force on this planet now. You and your group have terrorized all female residents for too long, and that stops today.
The only way you'll succeed in doing that is by sending me to hell.
You know, you should be careful with what you wish for. And where I send you won't exactly be hell. But where I will send you, you will never terrorize another innocent human again.
Just what the fuck are you talking about?
May the light of all goodness blind many evil eyes. Dark region is where you go, and evil magic does.
As punishment for his demeaning and unrepentant actions, Guardian Goddess Angela banished now powerless John Walker Lind to the Dark Region, the same eternal prison to which fellow enemies Ivan Pavlenko and Al Drumton were sent.
My fellow citizens, fondest greetings. Although I am President of the United States, my loyalty is not limited to the people of America. As President of this great country, my duty is to maintain healthy relationships with all countries and nations on Earth. My ultimate goal is to end all war and conflict on this planet. And as President, I will not rest until my goal is successfully met. That is my promise, not only to the people of America, but to all citizens of Earth. Unlike most presidents before me, I promise to lead this great country with absolute love and compassion. Hopefully, I will have set a new example for all world leaders everywhere. And as President, I promise that all business transactions will be absolutely peaceful and without conflict or apprehension. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must return to my other job, faithful wife to your first gentleman. Thank you for your time. May God bless you, and may God bless the United States of America. And may God bless the earth and its people. Goodbye for now.
After that inspirational address, President Michelson went to work right away on her plans for peaceful business/trade transactions with other countries around the world. When all business was finished, she would return home to her family, consisting of First Gentleman Jack Michelson and First Daughter Angelique Michelson. And so with the defeat of the Ultimate Order and the Taliban at the hands of Guardian Goddess/President Angela Marie Michelson, the reign of absolute love and compassion continues.
Straight from the Gaia universe, a guardian goddess will emerge. Not your ordinary superhero, but she definitely kicks evil in the rear, yo. With the symbol of beauty and strength, bad guys are too scared to go the length. Never giving in to power or greed, she's the type of hero we need. Angela is her name, blessing the planet is her game. Not relying on the help of any man, she gets it done because she can. Staying cautious and somewhat wary, she chooses a man to marry. To trust and respect and not hold her back, she found a husband and his name is Jack. Anyway, back to her story. Guardian goddesses do not seek glory, but they wail leaders, smack down the dictators, murder words and all kinds of haters. And when the bad guys are diminished, it's a sign that her mission is finished. After all that, she goes back home to make sure that Jack doesn't sleep alone, saving the world one day at a time, putting an end to all sorts of crimes, blessing the planet with love and light through divine might and divine right. Even though she's a guardian goddess, she remains humble and modest. And as I finish this song, the legend of Angela will live on.